up, man? It's your boy Triple Lynn,
And it's the homie DJ Lion here.
and this is Support Your Boy podcast. We want to interview, tap in with us tonight. We got my dude Woon, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So we gonna get to know Woon, a little bit about Woon. You feel me?
Okay, so the first thing we want to go ahead and ask you, first of all, Woon, how did you get that name?
Oh man, that's a great question. It's actually a childhood name, man. It's like a name that like, cause you know my government name is Lawan and shit, right? So my partners and shit, they used to just joke around and shit, call me Lawan, Lawoony, doing hella little different shit. And I remember, you know, that just took its course like that, going from Lawoony, right? Just saying that shit, just joking around and shit.
Yeah.
And then, you know, as I got older, we just cut the love part and of course, the Woony part off. I mean, the INE part, so it just became Woon, like, you know what I mean? And Woon just been the name that I had since I jumped off the porch type shit. You feel me? So Woon always stuck.
Okay. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Question I have, but another question is, when did you start rapping, bro?
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. How much time you got?
1 hour.
Nah, to keep with the stack and shit, man, I used to always I've always loved music. Let me say that first. But I got an older brother and shit. And my older brother, he used to hang with some people that used to make music back in the day. Yeah. And I think I was like in like the 3rd grade or some shit. And the people who he was kicking it with, they was already putting stuff on like wax and shit, like, you know what I mean? And one of the dudes actually became a DJ. I know his name was Justin. I forgot his DJ name though, but it's been years since I've seen him. But it was him, this cat named Marlon, and this cat named Nashua. Y'all probably know him as Nash Empire on you know what I mean? So he was a part of the group that I'm talking about that I first heard like on wax, that I could really see these dudes because my brother was kicking it with him and shit. So my brother got that, you know, took that from there. And what he used to do when he was recording this shit, you know, this is pre us having like a karaoke machine and shit.
Yeah.
And so we had a radio that we would have that would play like, you know, whatever beats you know, that we had access to at the time. I think one of DJ Quick's first projects that he put out, you know how he put like the DJ Quick's grooves and shit like that?
Yeah.
Where he just rocked out the instrumental. So he had, you know, my brother used to fuck with that. So we had a radio right here to play the music. Then we had a radio right here to record the music, and he was just recording himself. And I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? I didn't know what he was doing. Like, you know what I mean? And then one time I was just fucking with him. I'm like, yeah, that shit looked kind of tight though. So I was around like 9 years old, man, fucking with that shit. And I fell in love with that shit for real.
Oh, wait. So, let me ask you, got a question you want to ask?
Yo, so if you had to, like, let's just say we make it a Woon archetype. You know what I'm saying? Let's say we make it a Woon archetype. What 3 artists would you use to make a Woon archetype?
Ooh.
It would be me, myself, and I. And I hate to sound like cocky like that, but you know, I can only be me, and there can only be one me. I want a one, so I would want somebody to be the one of themselves. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it would kind of be hard to encapsulate everything that because my music is a reflection of my life. So, like, you know what I mean? It really wouldn't make sense for anybody else to try to, you know, emulate what I got popping and shit for real.
Yeah. Okay. So, let me do another question I was going to ask you, which is, yeah.
Hey, I know.
What's
Hey,
the first
real
song?
quick, I know y'all smoking this shit over there. Is it cool for me to pop this bottle and shit while we on?
Do it. The fuck you want?
Okay, it's lit like that. I just want to make sure.
Yeah. we get lit on here. We do everything.
Pop that motherfucker.
Well, not everything. We don't get no cocaine, no shit like that. But yeah, you fuck with the plant, not the powder.
Got you. Hell yeah, that's a fact.
But yeah. So what was I gonna say? Oh, so what was the first song you ever recorded that went on Spotify?
Oh, now that's
First song.
To keep it a stack. Damn, I was not prepared for that question. I think the first thing that I did on Spotify is I think when I did a project called "Music Is Life Is Music." I dropped that in 2016, like December 2016, and it was a project that I did with DJ Fresh. I used all DJ Fresh productions on there. So I don't think I dropped any singles from that project. I don't think I did. I think I dropped everything at once. So it would be from that whole project in 2016, and it's Spotify and shit. So y'all go check it out. Music Is Life Is Music, produced by shout out that boy DJ Fresh.
Can we hear one? What song you want us to play?
What's that introduction track?
Shit, you could damn, like what type of vibe? Because I got like different vibes on that fucking on that project and shit. But if you're on some
if you were to introduce somebody to the first time you was rapping, you know what I mean?
I would probably refer the song called "This Is What It Feels Like." Like, you know what I mean?
What it feels like.
Yeah, what it feels like. Yeah, that's some background behind that story, man. When I bought that beat from DJ Fresh, I rode around, I think, for like a whole month just playing the beat, just vibing out to that shit, trying to catch a vibe and shit. You feel me? And then when I caught my vibe, it was up from there.
Check him out. You know what I mean? The song is called "What It Feels Like" by Woon. DJ Fresh.
Music is life, it's music, nigga. I like to thank y'all for rocking with me and all the shit, man. Real life. This is a dedication to everybody who I know, man. Worldwide, though. Let's get it. Yeah.
We used to rock every day, bruh. But you always kept it A+. And that bullshit can never break us. I remember buying dimes and the money that we scraped up. And singing Hooper roll the straightest blunt. Then we would hit the liquor store to get a double the phonies. Then to the church to go and fuck with the homies. How we used to hang. Rags hanging out the pockets, how we used to bang. And not for knockers, how we used to slang. When we just some little niggas doing grown up shit. Now realizing we would grow up quick. Real spit. I sit and reminisce about the homies the past and trying to figure out, man, how the hell do we last? And even though it seems that we've grown apart, we can never lose love, cause I know your heart. And I ain't just another rapper, this is real life. But when I write it down, this is what it feels like.
Real talk, nigga. Hey, shout out to all my niggas, man. Y'all know how we used to rock, boy. Ain't nothing but love, nigga. Free all my lovers, nigga. Your boy Woon, nigga. Keep that shit solid, boy. 916 in the motherfucking building, nigga. Yeah.
Since I'm a son of a single mother, this next one's for the single mothers. Cause without you there would be no other female that teaches how to love the face of a girl and always down when we're facing the world. And we need that. You are a queen in my eyes and I mean that. Fuck all the negative feedback. Cause the ones who push it down before they lend you a hand be the ones who depend on the man. Don't let them knock you. And this one goes out to the single class too. Why? Cause y'all deserve props too. Holding it down for your cities from beginning to end. To raise them up to be women and men. What I'm talking about. Now nigga, once did you think about walking out? And that's what fatherhood is all about.
It's a hard road, baby. Shout out to all my single fathers out there that's on their job, man. Doing their shit. Salute, nigga.
Yeah, I swear to God, I was thinking, damn.
Brother man, that was a dope song, bro. I could appreciate the artistry.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But do I smell a little Tupac in there? Just a little bit.
Hey, you want to know what? It's crazy. My partner, man, my partner who shot the video, Timo Shear, when we was filming it and shit, we was in between doing sets and shit. He was like, man, this shit remind me of fucking, what do you say, Tupac mixed with, I think he said like some Pete Rock and CL Smooth when they reminisce over you type shit. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm just if that's the vibe that people is feeling, then it's all good. Like, you know what I mean? But hell yeah, I would say that, and I guess subconsciously, yeah, because Pac is like one of my favorite rappers and shit, so it's lit.
You know what I feel like when the way it's rapped out. Now I agree. If Tupac kind of sound to it, only thing you missed is like when you were saying things with the E, you didn't hold that shit. Leave that. Don't see that.
Hey, you want it? That's a good point. Hey, you got that ear, Prime, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, that's all you need to do is hold your E's, and you be good, bro. Niggas be like, oh yeah, he on that pop shit.
Hey, that shit's nice though, Brian.
Yeah, I like it. It was a good feel. It had a real good 90s feel.
Yeah.
You know what I first thought when you were a rapper, what it sounded like? Cause you was
What's that?
like, I just wanted niggas to say, oh,
Ooh, big
Master P.
Master.
Oh, that niggas do it from the top of my life though. Oh, but nah, you know what I mean. But yeah, so that's cool to have a sound like that, and we could when you can think of R&B, 90s artists that we all relate to. So that's good. So you don't at least you don't sound like, and it's not a bad thing, but at least you don't sound like the new niggas that's out today. You don't sound like old nigga. You sound like you, but your sound gives us that feeling, gives us that pop vibe, that Master P vibe. And that's always a good feeling.
Hey,
We all get.
I ain't even gonna hold you. This is my first time hearing P for sure.
Right.
Really? So all you gotta do is play that track again, stop it, and play what song I should do?
You said Master P.
Yeah, Master P. We talking about not his new shit, his old shit. His old shit when he was back in Richmond.
Hey, watch the twist on that. Hey, you know, a lot of times, man, P sound like pocket shit too. So I guess
yeah, he do.
Work.
Yeah, it does. See,
Right.
It's all universal.
I feel like every artist is a variation of their favorite artist, or like an artist get inspired when they hear something like, "Ooh, that flow was, let me try to put something with that flow." Like sometimes you just test your pen a little bit. Then sometimes that be when you come up with that shit. Like, ooh, I gotta go record this shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
So with
a fact.
With that being said, man, I want to know. Like, we all want to know who is your top 5 all time male rapper?
Top 5? Woo, that's a good question. Shit. Pac is up there for sure. I think I would have to put Cube up there. And when I say Cube, I'm talking about Ice Cube, that we know Ice Cube for sure. Cube for sure. Shit. We talking any era?
Any era, bro. That's good.
Oh, that's gonna be hard. That's hard. That's hella hard. That's tough right there. Pac, Cube. Who the fuck do I rock out to? Like sometimes I got different vibes and shit that I be going in, so it just depends. But I'll say Pac, Cube. I'll say Jay is up there. And I'm not even talking about Mogul Jay. I'm talking about Rap Jay. Like he's really nice for real. Like, you know what I mean? Pac, Cube, Jay. Shit, we could do a toss up from fucking shit. We talking lyrics, we talking song, what we talking? We talking influence, or just any criteria?
Influence, like these niggas got damn near, you feel me? They damn near inspired your pen, like, you know what I'm saying? Like
shit. Well, I would have to give it up to Bo and shit too. He was a big influence on my shit too.
Yeah,
Sebo for sure. And shit, what was that? 3? Did I get 3? That was 4.
That's 4.
That's 4.
Okay, so one more.
It could even be a new nigga.
I'm gonna have to probably say Slick Rick, man.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a storytelling motherfucker right
That's
there.
squad right there.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's squad. You got
Yeah.
something for him flying here?
Okay, I got a question I want to ask you. So, when's the last time you performed?
Woo, shit. Last time I performed, once upon a time, there was a place called what's that? The Blue Lamp, right?
Oh yeah.
Damn.
It's been that long, and I forgot who show it was, who venue it was, but we had that motherfucker lit for real. Because this is like when I had just now dropped my project and shit, and it's up, and I'm like, oh yeah, hell yeah. So it was the Blue Lamp, probably that was probably like shit, like 2016, 17, maybe somewhere.
Damn.
16? Yeah, it's been that long.
I have this question I want to ask you.
Definitely.
Play a little game here with you. We're gonna play a little game. It's not really that bad, but you know.
Oh shit! I know how them games be turning out.
Get some information from you.
Oh
shit.
This one's called "What's Your Preference?" Okay. Now, this is going towards things when it comes as far as performing. Okay. So if you can remember the time when you were performing, no matter how many times you did it, I'm asking you when you're performing, what's your preference, either back then or even now? Okay. So question number one: as a live performer, what's your preference on stage? Wireless mic or corded mic?
Wireless, easy.
Okay.
Easy. Do I need to explain why, or we just going to just run it through them?
You can explain why.
Man, look, because sometimes when you interacting with the crowd and shit, and you got to give that energy, I don't want no fumbles with that mic, man. I don't want to have to trip over no cords, no wires. Sometimes I might be on this side, sometimes I might be on that side. So I need to, my energy, stage is different than rapping. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you really got to put on the show and shit. So I need that wireless for sure.
Gotcha. Okay. Question number two: groupies or super fans? Which one do you want to show up to your shows if you had a choice?
Can I have a mixture of both?
One or the other.
I might need to
either of these girls gonna be in the back room trying to fuck.
Pick some down that night, so.
Or you may have some super fans who got on Woon t-shirts. They telling everybody about you. They sharing your Spotify. They trying to get you to make you their favorite rapper. So they going all the way in for you. One or the other.
Super fans for sure, because they gonna, just like you saying, they gonna show that support for sure. If you got any type of merch or anything that you got popping and shit, they will definitely show up and show out for you.
Yeah.
And I've had situations to where, like, I think I was doing shit before my shit even dropped. People just knew of my songs and shit, and they were still pulling up the shows that I was doing. So they was just down with whatever I had popping and shit. And you can't get that feeling nowhere else. You might get a groupie, and they'll just come show up just to show up for that day, just to meet you in real life, and then they could spin off anytime they want to. But when you got a super fan, like I could have a show in Frisco, they finna put $100 in their tank to come see me and shit, perform for 8 minutes and bang out. You feel me?
Yeah. So you rather have that?
Hell yeah.
Daddy in the background trying to put you in a hotel.
Thanks.
Okay. Question number 3. Sticking on this point after the super fans groupie. So let's say you have either one of them in the crowd, right? You rocking. These women come to see you. Straight up when it comes to women, all right? And they like, oh my God, woo, woo. They're off in the front row. What would you prefer? What's your preference for them to throw up bras on stage or panties on stage?
Hey, hopefully the super fans or the groupies that I got keep some clean shit, like, you know what I mean? So, because I would prefer panties for sure, like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But as long as I don't think that I got like too many crazy like type of different
you don't know yet.
Super fans and groupies, but panties for sure.
People over there who probably fucking with your Spotify going crazy right now. If I ever see him at a show, ooh girl, these motherfuckers going on stage.
Yeah. It would definitely be panties, man, because that way I know, just like, yep, she's coming. Like, I'm just playing with y'all. It's her.
Her too.
Her too.
Her friend. All right, man.
Okay. So we got one last question, number 4, about what's your preference. Okay. You're performing at a show, okay? And when you perform at a show, if you have a preference of which one your crowd, like 80% of your crowd is, would you prefer 80% of your crowd to be drunk or 80% of your crowd to be high when you're
All right,
performing?
what was the question?
When you're performing and you had a preference of the crowd being inebriated in any kind of way, would you prefer them 80% of the crowd drunk or 80% of the crowd
I
high?
see what you're saying. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. I I'm gonna probably say high, and the reason why I say that is because I know sometimes, like when you smoke, man, you can really get into the music, like you can really vibe out, like you know what I mean. And I'm just thinking like on some Woodstock shit, like you know what I mean, like you know everybody at that point in time they was probably a little bit more than just Tree and shit. You feel me? Because that was that time, but. For sure, Tree, for sure, because you know you just gonna have that vibe and you're gonna have that good feel and like you know what I mean. So hell yeah. Sometimes when people get drunk, man, they can't even enjoy the show because they too fucked up. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah. They want to start some shit during your show.
Facts. Everybody high, they peaceful, they chilling. They just want to hear some good music.
They're like, nigga, I got motion. Nigga, what about you? You know what I mean? So we want to play another song, a recent song. Out of all the singles you have right now, if you want to get somebody kind of used to what you kind of the flows stuff you're doing recently, what single would you let them hear first?
It would have to be "Run It Up."
Okay, that's a good one. That's a damn good one.
Hey, before we even get into that, shout out to that boy DJ Lionhead, man, Prime Tracks, man.
Yeah.
He kind of nice. He kind of nice with them beats, man.
Yeah. So I want to go ahead and play this song. We gonna chill and vibe out this for a minute, all right? Okay, y'all. So this song is called "Run It Up" by Woon, produced by George Julie. But but you can find this track on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, any of the major streaming platforms. But you listen to music, go listen to it for yourself. But for now, we're gonna check this song out right here. It's called "Run It Up" by Woon. Okay. Yeah. My bad.
Play this fuck up.
Yeah. My nigga, tell me what you doing if you ain't winning. You niggas ride so much tickets like you hate winning. My niggas treating every day just like it's Thanksgiving. But we out here signing for these chickens, ain't no place giving. We run it up, 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 we run it up. Now run it up, 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 now run it up. Yeah. First of all, I'ma do what I wanna. Broke niggas can't tell me. Y'all bitches know that I'm on one. From California with the pretty woman in the fog weed and the sunny days with the print inside. Get the streets is cold, so you gotta be about that money, man. If you gon' get it at all, niggas ain't living at all. They pretending to ball. My niggas be winning it up when we breaking up in the ball. From back to back years and back to back drops. Doing dope nuts all up on the black top. Females asking me to give them back shots. They see I keep it lit like a matchbox. I rolled up. As soon as I open my doors up, they chose up. Cause I literally open my doors up. Butterflies on the bench, nigga. Live my life with no regrets, nigga. If I want it, I'ma go and get it, nigga. We run it up and we win it, nigga. Yeah. My nigga, tell me what you doing if you ain't winning. You niggas ride so much nigga. Okay.
Yeah, yes sir. Shout out to that boy Prime, man.
That's that shit right there.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, man. So we're gonna play the game with your bruh.
Oh, we got okay.
This one is called this one is called Green Collab and Wild Collab. Basically, the situation is this: your next song that you just released, your realest song, out of nowhere, I say next month, goes way bigger than you expect. We're talking about worldwide big. You know what I mean? To the point where people on TikTok and Instagram making videos dancing to your shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? Real big, way bigger than some California stuff. We talking about worldwide. To the point that you tell the world you're about to do a new single, and some popular artist that's out today actually get in contact with you and email you and say want to get on your song. This is part of the dream collaboration, all right?
Right.
So two artists are going to email you that are famous, and you tell me which email are you going to answer. So the first email is from an artist. They're like, "Hey, bro, I heard your shit. I like it, bro. I want to do a song with you. You know what I mean? I think we can fuck up the radio. You know, me and you. What's up, bro? 21 Savage. Boom. What's good?" So the first person is 21 Savage that hits you up by email that he wants to work with you on any track. Okay? Then you get a second email. You let us know which one you would answer, you would fuck with, why. So the second email says, "Bro, man, I like that shit, man. That new shit you got going, I want to do something hella cool to it. And if not, I don't even have to do a remix, man. You can do our own shit.
Right.
You know, I just want to drop something." And it's Tiger. Which one do you answer?
He said Tiger. That shit just remind me of Tiger.
So which email you gonna answer? You gonna fuck with Tiger or 21 Savage on your next track? So remember, whoever you choose, the next one gonna be like, "Oh, I ain't fucking with Woon. He's going with that nigga." So it's up to you. Which one would you choose? You got a choice out of the two.
To keep it a stack, I probably tapped in with more of 21 Savage shit than I do Tiger shit. And that's no shout out, you know, I mean, I'm sorry, not no shade towards Tiger shit, but I'll probably cruise more and just listen to 21 Savage shit. So that would have to be who I, you know, would want to work with over Tiger type shit.
Okay. So now, you know, you would deal with 21 Savage is a dream collaboration. We'll put that in manifestation. The next track you do, 21 Savage is gonna hear that shit. You're gonna want to fuck it. We're gonna put that in manifestation.
Yes,
so now,
yes, it's out there. It's already out there. It's lit.
There you go. Now we do the wild collaboration. These are people you did not expect to want to fuck with you, because your song is going worldwide now. And you let us know which email would you answer out of these wild options. Okay? So the first one is like, "Okay, look, man, Woon, I heard your track. I like it a lot. I want to do something with you, man. Be kind of different, but we'll kind of like give us both sides of the story on this track. I think it will go big." That first person is Lil Nas X.
I'm listening. I'm
okay.
listening.
Okay.
I'm just listening.
Now you get a second email. You get a second email, and that second email
to come through.
Okay. So that second email shows up is, "Hey, bro, I ain't been rapping on a while, but you know, I think I'm kind of hot in the streets right now, and I want to let people know that I still got it. I ain't rapping in a long time, but I want to fuck with you. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get to that music level hotness that I had back in the day. I'm an old school rapper, and I need a new school nigga like you. What's up, man? Let's do a track. Me, you, Deion Sanders. What you gonna do?"
That boy said Deion Sanders. God damn.
He did rap. He did rap.
When Deion Sanders, if he come back with the curl, we might be able to. No, but hey, Deion Sanders.
Be the money.
Hey, let me say it like this, and I have to be honest with myself. If we came up with a dope ass concept, to kind of like bridge gaps and break barriers for what music should be, in terms of, you know, what I guess Lil Nas X was able to do.
Yeah.
I don't know if he came out, you know, no pun on it, but I don't know if he came out as, you know, his sexual preference before he gained the stardom, or if he, you know, kind of like let people know after and shit. You feel me?
Right.
But in either situation, if we could put together a collaboration that would actually just bridge that gap and just let motherfuckers know that music is music and there is no barrier to the shit, like, you know what I mean? There is no sexism in music, or it shouldn't be. Then I would have to choose Lil Nas X. Just like I said, the boy. The boy Deion Sanders, when he had it, I was like, okay, all right. I saw him in Pumps in the Bump, the remix.
Yeah, exactly.
Hammer, like, hey, Hammer, we got to get this.
Not only that, Deion on fire right now. He just won against TCU.
Oh yeah,
So
man, yeah.
Yeah, he just kind of.
I would want him to stay in the bag that he's in right now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, so he's gonna go with Lil Nas X for the next song. For his next song, let's go ahead and put that in manifestation. Make sure that shit worked out. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah. That was a good one. I like that. Okay, so before I get to our next situation, you got a question you want to ask?
Tell us about the first time that you ever performed.
The first time I ever performed?
Yep.
Woo, shit. That's a good question. Okay, because you should not make me go into my bag. The first time I performed I was actually, I think I was in like the 8th grade or some shit, probably even 7th grade and shit, right? And my language arts teacher had us do, and I know that you're probably talking about like an actual performance, but this is one of my first ones, right? And so my teacher had us do a project and shit. So I'm pinning this project, and because I didn't feel like doing a project and shit, I ended up just writing a rap. Like, you know what I mean? Just doing that shit or whatever. Yeah. And then I turned it in. I didn't think nothing of it and shit, right? So then when class was over, she pulled me to the side. I'm like, damn. I was like, I couldn't even slide by with writing the rap. At least I did the work and shit. You feel me? Yeah. And so when she pulled me to the side, she was like, hey, you know, that thing that you wrote, she was like, do you want to perform that, you know, in front of the school? I said, what? She was like, yeah. She was like that. She was like, I read the lyrics. It's pretty tight. And the only thing, because I don't know if you guys are familiar with you know, what do they call that shit? The year-round schools and shit, to where they break it up in tracks, like A track through D track. Yeah, and so I was on C track, and so I was in my raps. I was kind of like dissing like other tracks and shit. I was just thinking about whatever I was thinking about at the time. But because we had a thing that was coming up for C track, and she was just like, oh, this is the perfect opportunity. And I don't know if she was on some thug shit, but she like, this nigga's dissing all these other tracks and shit. Let's get him to perform it. And I'm just And so but nah, it was hella funny because when she asked me that, I was still like dumb, kind of like, what? Like, are you serious? And so she was like, yeah. And so, you know, I was just like, damn, now I got to take this shit serious. So I was like, give me the paper. I went back home and shit, edited certain out, you know, edited things, made sure it was cool. Then when the day came and shit, because I didn't tell nobody. Like, so when the day came, I'm just chilling in the crowd with my partners and shit. I'm like, I'm finna go on stage and perform. They're like, nigga, no, you ain't. I was like, I'm finna go on stage and perform. The teacher already hooked everything up. It's lit. They was like, nigga, you lying. I'm like, I'm dead ass serious right now, right? So they're like, whatever, nigga. And so she's like, yeah, you know, just let's bring LaJuan to the stage. And people was clapping and shit. I was like, oh, shit. Here we go. Like, you know what I mean? My first, nervous as fuck. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. Hella nervous, right? And I'm sitting there and, you know, I get on the stage and shit. Now, mind you, I didn't write this. There was no beat. So I'm just a cappella, like, you know what I mean? So sometimes when, you know, when the beat's there, people get the vibe out on the beat at the least. Like, if they ain't feeling what you're talking about, at least they can rock out with the beat. So it was just me versus, you know, the crowd and shit type shit. Like, you know what I mean? And I did my thing and shit, and it was kind of lit. And yeah, man, it was great, man. And just for people, because they didn't know, so the element of surprise was there. And when I got off stage and after the rally was over and shit, females, I'll bullshit y'all not. Hey, that was a nice performance. You mind if I get an autograph and everything? Yeah, I'm in the 7th grade. I'm like, oh shit. Like,
autograph in 7th grade?
Hey, lit. That was a great. Hey, that's a great question. A lot of people don't even know that. Like that was a great question for real.
Yeah, good one. Okay, so check this out. The song is called "I Got Motion" by Woon, y'all. Okay.
Yeah. Motion, nigga. Damn. Hey, bitch. I got motion, nigga. I'm just saying, though. She got motion, nigga. What you playing for? We got motion, nigga. What you hating on? Getting motion, nigga. What you waiting on? You really mad cause your boy got motion, bro? Get out your feelings. Why you so emotional? Living life great, and that's how it's supposed to go. You just now learning shit that you supposed to know. I talk windy on the beat with that ocean flow, and I keep the girls wet when I stroll slow. Real stand up nigga like a totem pole. With your hands, you really got it so pole. I'm in the clean ass bed, nose to the sky. Chillin' with the set when I roll through the high. They ain't know it gets still asking who am I? I am up gang, so do or die. I took the loss, but I never shed a tear. I just bossed up and getting better every year. I give it live by the taste like the shit is beer. I got motion, nigga, and my bitch is clear. I got motion, nigga. I'm just saying, though. She got motion, nigga. What you playing for? We got motion, nigga. What you hating on? Getting motion, nigga. What you waiting on? Motion, nigga. I am up gang shit.
Okay. Shout out Prime Tracks again for that banger, man. That's
yeah, man. That
right
is
there.
fire. That is fire. I like that a lot. But yeah, man. So you got a question for Bear? Go first.
I'm on.
Oh yeah, go.
What's your cure to writer's block?
Ooh. Woon's cure. What is Woon's cure to his own writer's block?
Man. Sexual healing.
Straight the fuck up.
Hey, you want to know what, man? Cause sometimes, you just be so much in the creative space, like, you know what I mean? Like, and sometimes, it's just too much at the time that you just want to focus in on one thing. So it's just like, hold on, before I do that, let me release some of this cheat. And then I'm going to be able to focus in on what I need to focus on. So that sexual healing, man, that'll probably get me through a lot of shit. Like,
Hell yeah. Release that blocking.
What you got for him, Lighthead?
Okay. Got one more game I want to play with you here, if you don't mind. And this one is called What Would Be Worse? Okay, these are two situations. You let us know which one, if it ever happened to me, what would be worse?
Okay.
First situation, release a new song, right?
Uh-huh.
And then, let's release a new song, but it gets the attention of like major labels, and the first person to hit you up, Apple, Coffee gives you a call. He said, "Look, Woon, I heard your song. I want you to hear your first hit all the way to your new shit. And the progression is dope. I want to hire you. Put you on my label, but I want to hire you as a ghostwriter. But as this ghostwriter, you are writing for a teenage rapper out of New York. You're writing for him, but in the contract it states you must give us the whole persona as an artist of Woon for the next 3 years. Okay? 3 years. The whole Woon thing, I don't want to see you put out a song. I don't want to see you perform. Brother, I don't even want to see you freestyle on Instagram.
Got you. I
Nothing.
got you.
So, in order after the sign, he'll give you a signing bonus of $100,000, and you get 5% of whatever this artist makes. He gets $10 million, you get 5% of that for the next 3 years. So you're just basically ghostwriting for him. And as this ghostwriter, like I said, you can't perform, you can't do shit.
Right.
So you're doing it for the next 3 years. Now here, that's the option number one.
Right.
Option number two, you put out a new song, right? Your most new song that comes out and they start getting attention. It's way bigger than you expect. You know what I mean? Little Nas X type blow up. You know what I mean? Type shit. And it comes on Instagram. You put up a post, like a little clip of a video or the song or the vocals, whatever, and they can hear this song on Instagram, right?
Mm-hmm.
You start getting all this, getting like 200 comments. And at the bottom of the comment here, a comment from Big Boy himself. And I don't know why y'all got this nigga's bars is just dead. He puts that in the comments. What would be
You said hold on, what did you say in the comments?
Big Boy said, I don't know why y'all jocking this new nigga right now. His flow is dead.
Got you. Okay.
Big Boy says that. Now which one would be worse?
From the West, right? With the radio show?
No, Big Boy from Outkast.
From Outkast. Okay, go ahead.
He says that he sees 200 comments about your song, about how everybody's loving it and shit. And he just wanted to be honest. He said, I don't know why y'all jocking this brother, man. You know, his shit is dead. What would be worse? Having Big Boy putting out on Instagram, people making memes, like, oh shit, this nigga said Woon is mid. Or having to sign for Puffy for 3 years, giving up your whole artistry for 3 years and having to write for this teenager that's 15 as a rapper. You had to write for him for 3 years. But you get $100,000 signing bonus, 5% of each album or single that comes out, and there is no promise to sign you as an artist after 3 years is over.
Right.
Which situation would be worse?
Well, I mean, the worst of the two, because I would if we flip the energy, I would choose to the ghostwriting pattern, like, you know what I mean, the ghostwriting situation. And the other one, I guess it'll be worse because it is just like, okay, yeah, like Big Boy, like you're a fan, like that's why you're here, like, you know what I mean. So now I wouldn't even be worried about that, and then he would still be pushing my shit by him commenting on my shit, like Big Boy's on my shit, like, you know what I mean. But with the ghostwriting situation, because I know that it's me, I don't need to be the face of anything, like, you know what I mean. I pinned some shit before for some people, like, you know what I mean. So I already know what that feels like, and some people don't even know that I pinned for that person, like, you know what I mean. So it's just like, okay, yeah, and it's just like, if I'm doing that 3 years getting paid for it, I'm not worried about the image and my, you know, creative shit get to go out there to the world. Hell yeah, like that's a dope situation, as opposed to somebody just hating on me. I don't care about that shit, like, you know what I mean.
The worst
situation would be having Big Boy on some hate shit.
Oh yeah, I hear you. I feel it. Okay, you got other ones you want to add?
No further questions.
Okay, so we got one more question as we head out of here. One question, the last question I have to ask you is, don't you have your own podcast?
Yeah, man. Again, man, I do a lot of shit. Before we even I hold on to that question real quick because I want to make sure I promote my books and shit.
Oh yeah, please do.
Yeah. So
what's the name of this book right here?
Yeah, this is my first children's book that I put out at the beginning of this year, called Go Out and Play.
Ooh.
And it's pretty much I think it's for ages, like I say from 4 probably to 9, somewhere around there. That's the target audience. And that's out on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, Books A Million, Walmart.com and everywhere else that you can find books. Got that recipe, put that shit together, and I double back with another book called Super Different Me. And this one is a activity book, like, you know what I mean. So the first one you can just actually read it to your children or kids or nephews or whoever, and this second one they actually have to get up in this book and really, you know, interact with the book and everything like that. So yeah, definitely check both of those out. Just like I said, Amazon, Barnes and Noble's, Books A Million, and everywhere that you can find books and shit. You feel me? For sure. And I got another one that I'm gonna drop probably for this winter holidays called The Nature of Mother Nature and shit too. But
man, I love this.
Going back to your question, I got a podcast. Me and my partner Self Made. Shout out to Self Made. We got a podcast called the Free Your Mind podcast. And I think we are. I know we did a full solid year of that podcast for sure, but then we kind of like took a break because we have to repackage and redo the whole formula and shit, because we had it rocking for a year, and I think out of that whole year we was doing a show a week, and we probably out of those 52 weeks we probably missed like maybe 2, maybe 3 weeks, if not 4.
That's
and
right.
When I say that we put in time, we had the shows was going for like 8 hours sometimes 7, sometimes 6, sometimes 5, but no, I don't think we had a show that was shorter than 3 hours. And but you know, we just talking, like, you know what I mean, because it don't matter what the topic is, we just going in. And so there was people that was tapping in, but they was like, hey man, if I don't catch your show, I don't want to sit for like a whole 8 hours just to see what you niggas is talking about and shit, right? But it's called Free Your Mind, so we don't want to give people slotted time, like you only get a certain time to say this and then you got to push on to the next shit. We want to make sure that our, you know, people that tapped in with us get an opportunity to express themselves, like, you know what I mean. So we know we just have to remix the blueprint and shit, like, you know what I mean, and come up with something that's going to be both in our favor and for the people who come on favor type shit, like, you know what I mean. So we just now did a show, I think probably like 2 weeks ago, and that was, I think, the only show that we did within like the past few months and shit. But we finna get it back rocking. But we have enough, just like I said, 8 hours max, like, you know what I mean, and nothing under 3 hours. So we have enough footage and conversation,
you got a lot of content
and things that y'all like. We could take a break for the next 2 years and people will still have, you know, just content just to tap in, you know, just to see what we have popping and shit. But we're about to get it back popping though, for sure. You know what I mean? Yeah, on some music side type shit, YouTube is Woon 916, WOON 916.
There you go. So Woon 916. Y'all go follow her. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing here on Instagram. Woon 916.
Yeah, Mr. Woon 916 for sure.
Yeah, man. So we want to thank Woon for showing up to the podcast. Anything you want to say, bro?
For those that didn't know, bitch, I'm dribbling.
That's our Dribbling too, baby. Hey, well, yeah, man. Again, this is the Support Your Boy podcast. DJ Lionhead. We just heard Bitch I'm Dribbling not too long ago. We had the homie Woon over here. I'm gonna play this song, I Got Motion, as we ending the show. Again, I appreciate you, bruh. Thank you for showing up to the show. And yeah.